Welcome to class 10 biology children. Today we will discuss a textbook some important points. Okay, some important points line to line I will explain you, and we will recall activities, diagrams, everything. Tomorrow onwards, that means in our next class onwards we will discuss chapter 2. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Children, I am requesting you, if you are having textbook with you, open your textbook. This is page number 1. Chapter number 1, Nutrition, Food Supplying System. Chapter number 1, name is Nutrition and its caption is Food Supplying System. Okay, in that we discussed about autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition also. Autotrophic nutrition can be exhibited by plants only by using which light? Sunlight. See here, autotrophs are the organisms capable of using light energy to synthesize chemical compounds. Chemical compounds means starch and other food materials. Okay, they acquire nutrients like some minerals, water from soil and some gases from the air. They are capable of producing complex compounds like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, etc. In the process of photosynthesis, plants requires what they requires? Sunlight, and they requires some minerals, water also. So these minerals and water they will get from the soil, and they require some gas also from the air. Which gas they require in the photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. And finally they are capable of producing, means they can prepare which materials? Carbohydrates, proteins and fats, lipids, etc. They can prepare. This is about which page? Page 1. Come to the page 2. Here in page 2 there is a chance to see photosynthesis figure. Figure 1, photosynthesis. What do you know about this? This is a plant. What do you know about this? Oxygen. Plant releases oxygen. What do you know about this? Sun. In presence of sunlight, sun is giving sunlight. In presence of sunlight, it takes carbon dioxide and also water. Plant roots get water, and by using chlorophyll, what will happen? Plants releases oxygen into the atmosphere. So this figure can give us information about photosynthesis in plants. All of you observe in page 2, one scientist he gave us, that scientist Van Helmont. Which scientist? Van Helmont. Van Helmont and other scientists believed that the plants get the food materials not only from soil but also from other sources. What he found? Plants get the food materials not only from the soil but also from other sources. According to him, what will happen? What he proved? Plants not only get the food materials from the soil, they will also get the food material from other sources. Who discovered this? Van Helmont. Come to the next one. This is photosynthesis figure. Figure 1. What do you know about this? This is simplified form of photosynthetic equation. Who gave this? C.B. Van Neel. C.B. Van Neel gave this equation. This is simplified form of photosynthetic equation. Observe. CO2 means carbon dioxide plus 2H2O, 2 molecules of water. By taking sunlight inside of chlorophyll, what will happen? CH2O. CH2O means carbohydrate plus H2O plus oxygen. H2O means water, O2 means oxygen. So these are the products of photosynthesis. These are the reactants of photosynthesis. Okay. Next, here if we observe this equation, this is called simplified equation. This simplified equation given by the C.B. Van Neel. Already in our previous classes we discussed this equation. Come to the next one. C.B. Van Neel gave another equation. That equation is called modified form of photosynthetic equation. Okay, modified form of photosynthetic equation. that is 6 CO2, means 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 12 H2O, 12 molecules of water. By using sunlight inside of chlorophyll, it forms a C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. C6H12O6 means glucose or carbohydrate or starch plus 6 molecules of water plus 6 molecules of oxygen. Okay, so this is the modified form of photosynthetic equation. It is very important to you. Come to the next one, activity 1 in page number 3. In page number 3, presence of starch. Starch means a type of carbohydrate in leaves. He gave us starch means a type of carbohydrate. When does it formed? During the process of photosynthesis. Observe the figure 2a, leaf boiling in methylated spirit. Already we discussed this activity. Okay, so observe this large glass beaker. Inside of that boiling water we need to take. Next this is boiling tube. Next here yellow colored solution is there in the boiling tube, that is called methylated spirit. In that methylated spirit we have inserted one plant leaf. Next, what in about this? This is wire gauge. Which wire gauge? Asbestos wire gauge. What in about this? Tripod stand. What in about this? This is Bunsen burner. Okay, if you boil the water present in the large glass beaker, then what will happen? Automatically methylated spirit present in the boiling tube will boil. At the same time leaf also going to boil. Then what will happen? Leaf loses its excess chlorophyll. Next, after completion of this experiment, we need to take that particular pale color leaf into a watch glass. This is watch glass. What in about this? This is dropper. What in about this? This is a tincture iodine chemical bottle. Tincture iodine chemical bottle. It has a dropper also. So by using dropper we need to add how many drops here? See, 1 2 3. 3 drops we need to add to the pale yellow colored leaf. Then what will happen if you add a pale yellow colored leaf to the tincture iodine solution? It gets blue black color. What it indicates? It indicates the presence of starch in it. Come to the next page, page number 4. See this topic, water and photosynthesis. In this topic we need to discuss one scientist again. He was von Helmont. What he was found? He was found that the water was essential for the process for the increasing of plant mass. What he told? He was told that the water was essential. Essential means very important for increasing the plant mass. Means water is very important to increase the plant growth. If there is no water, then plant will die. He told that. Who told that? Von Helmont told that. Next topic, air and photosynthesis. In air and photosynthesis topic, we are going to discuss how the air is useful for the process of photosynthesis. Let us see. Joseph Priestley in the year 1733 to 1804. He was alive in between 1733 to 1804. Okay, in the year 1770 he was performed a series of experiments with bell jars. All of you observe these diagrams. Bell jars. How many bell jars are there here in this figure? There is a chance to see 4 bell jars, but in his experiment he was taken only one bell jar, but he was conducted his experiment in 3 steps. This is step 1. Next, this is step 2. Okay, this is step 2. This is also step 2. Third diagram. This is also step 2. This is step 3. Step 1. These two are step 2. Next, this is step 3. Okay, in step 1 he was taking a burning candle and he was closed it with a closed bell jar. Then he was observed how many minutes or how much time it requires to goes off. Which goes off? Light goes off. Then he was observed. Let us take it as example. He was observed 10 minutes time. Let us imagine 10 minutes time to light goes off. But in step 2, he was placed a mouse along with the burning candle. Okay, but before 10 minutes he was observed light goes off. Light means burning candle goes off and mouse gets suffocating means it gets some problem to breathe in and breathe out. That is called suffocation. Okay, so before 10 minutes only he was observed. Why? What the reason? Because here only candle is there. It takes oxygen present in the bell jar. That is why it takes 10 minutes. But here candle is presented, along with the candle mouse is also presented. Mouse takes oxygen, candle takes oxygen, so both can consume oxygen. So oxygen levels will be easily decreased in the bell jar. So whenever the oxygen is completely used in the bell jar, then what will happen? Light will goes up. At the same time mouse will get suffocation. In step 3, he was placed a potted mint plant. Potted mint plant means pudina. Pot lo unna pudina plant along with the mouse and burning candle. Then he was observed how much time it requires to light goes off and mouse will get a suffocation. But he was observed light candle is glowing continuously and mouse is moving actively for a long time. Then basing on this total experiment, he was told that the plants takes carbon dioxide released by this burning candle and mouse, and plants releases oxygen which is useful for the burning candle and mouse. As a result of this, what will happen? Mouse and burning candle working continuously, and this experiment gives us information about plants releases oxygen during the process of photosynthesis, and animals using the oxygen released by the plants. Okay, come to next one, page number 6, figure 4, moles half leaf experiment. What is the aim of this experiment? Already we have discussed. This experiment aim is to identify carbon dioxide is essential for the process of photosynthesis. All of you observe this diagram. This is potted plant. Okay, what in about this split cork? This is split cork. This is wide mouthed bottle. Next, what in about this KOH solution or KOH pellets? Okay, next, after 2-3 hours, if you conduct this experiment in presence of sunlight, after 2-3 hours, if you test that particular leaf starch test, there is a chance to see the upper part of leaf, means the part of leaf which can be seen at the top to wide mouthed bottle is undergoes to is gives us blue black color, like this manner, blue black color. What it indicates? It indicates the presence of starch. But the leaf half which can be seen or which is presented inside the bottle doesn't get blue black color while adding tincture iodine solution. What it indicates? It indicates there is no starch. There is no starch. Okay, if there is a starch, it gives us blue black color when we add tincture iodine solution. If there is no starch, then it doesn't give blue black color. Okay, so this is about moles half leaf experiment. Come to the next one. This is hydrilla experiment. Hydrilla experiment, or it is also called which experiment? Oxygen experiment. Oxygen is released during the process of photosynthesis. photosynthesis. Observe this. This is test tube. Next, this is glass funnel, inverted glass funnel. Here there is a chance to see hydrilla plants. Next, what in about this large glass beaker? Inside of that we filled with water. Place this equipment in presence of sunlight. Then we can see some water bubble, air bubbles from hydrilla plants. If we remove this test tube carefully from this arrangement, there is a chance to see the production of oxygen gas in this test tube. Okay. Next one, activity 3. Sunlight is necessary to form starch in green plants. So here in this activity we are going to discuss sunlight role in the process of photosynthesis. Already we have discussed this experiment in our previous classes. Let us see. This is potted mint plant. What in about this black colored one? This black colored one is what in about this black colored one? Black colored one is black paper. Okay. Next, what in about this S-shaped design? He cuts. Okay. Next, after cutting this S-shaped design, wait for 2 to 3 hours in presence of sunlight. You need to keep this experiment. Next, after that we need to remove that black paper from the above leaf. Next, we need to test it for starch by using tincture iodine solution. If we add tincture iodine solution, we will get a design over the leaf. Which design? S-shaped design. Okay, why does this acquired? Because of cutting. So here we have cut S-shaped design. Through this S-shaped design only sunlight will enters into the leaf. So in this area only, in this region only, food products means food materials or starch or carbohydrates will be formed in the plant leaf. As a result of this, when we add tincture iodine solution, this design only gets blue black color. Why? This design part only prepares food material. That is why this design only gets blue black color while adding tincture iodine solution. What about this part and what about this part? These two parts are above to the black paper. That is why these are also prepares food materials. So these two parts are also gets blue black color while adding tincture iodine solution. Next, we need to discuss about chlorophyll and photosynthesis topic. In this chlorophyll and photosynthesis topic, we need to discuss about John Ingenhouse. John Ingenhouse wanted to find out more about photosynthesis and carried out several other experiments. So he was decided to know about photosynthesis very clearly. Okay, come to the next one, page number 9. Observe this. Scientists Pelletier and Caventou obtained extracts of the green colored substances and named it chlorophyll, meaning green leaf. Okay, scientists who were extracted chlorophyll, Pelletier and Caventou extracted green colored substance and they were named as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll meaning a green leaf. In Greek language, chlorophyll meaning green leaf. Next, all of you observe this. This is the figure 7. Transverse section of leaf. What do you know about these cells? These cells are upper epidermis. What do you know about these cells here? These are lower epidermis. If you observe the upper epidermis, it is covered by a coating, thick coating. That thick coating is called cuticle. In lowered epidermis also we can see cuticle, but in case of lower epidermis, here there is a chance to see one cavity, here also there is a chance to see one cavity. These cavities are called stomata. Okay, some spaces we can see, these spaces are called stomata. In those spaces, in those stomatas, there is a chance to see kidney shaped or bean shaped structures. What they call as God cells. If you observe the upper epidermis contains these type of cells. These cells are called palisade parenchyma. Palisade means parenchymatous cells which are arranged in rows. How many rows of cells are there? This totally one row. Next, this is totally another row. Two rows of parenchymatous cells are there. These cells are called palisade parenchyma. Next, this is vascular bundle. In this vascular bundle, there is a chance to see xylem. This is xylem. Xylem is useful for collection of water and minerals. Next, in vascular bundle, there is a chance to see phloem. Phloem is useful for food materials. Next, after that, there is a chance to see spongy parenchyma. Parenchymatous cells arranged in spongy manner. Here there is a chance to see some air spaces and water film also we can see. After that, lower epidermis. Next, lower epidermis contains stomatas, but in upper epidermis there is no chance to see stomatas. So stomatas contains God cells. With the help of God cells opening and closing, what will happen? Stomatas opening and closing, what will happen? Air will enter into the leaf and air will come out from the leaf. Okay, carbon dioxide will enter into the leaf and oxygen will come out from the leaf with the opening of stomatas. Okay, in order to open the stomatas contains two cells. These two cells are called guard cells. Come to the next page. See the page number 10. Figure 8. Transverse section of chloroplast. TS of chloroplast. This is the structure of chloroplast. If you observe the chloroplast, it contains stroma. Stroma means a fluid filled section, fluid filled area we call as stroma, and some thylakoids are there. These thylakoids, if these thylakoids are arranged one on another, we call them as granum. Okay, next, this is the membrane. Membrane means outer layer represented around the chloroplast. Next, this is lipid globule. Next, this is loop of DNA of chloroplast. Next, this is starch grain present in the chloroplast. Already we discussed about this chloroplast in our previous classes. Come to page 12. Observe figure 9a. Nutrition in amoeba. How does the amoeba takes food materials? How does amoeba takes food materials? Simply by the process of diffusion into its body. Here, this is amoeba. This red colored one is or pink colored one is food materials. Whenever food materials was identified by the amoeba, it moves with the help of pseudopodia and it reaches the food materials. It takes the food materials. It forms a vacuole around that particular food materials. In that vacuole, what will happen? Complex stated food material will be converted into simpler ones. Then it diffuses those food materials into its body. Simply by the diffusion, it takes food materials. Here, this is paramecium. Figure 9a. Nutrition in paramecium. What is the shape of paramecium? Shoe bottom shape. Okay. If you observe this part, this is called oral groove. Oral groove acts as like a mouth in paramecium. This is anal groove. Anal groove acts as like an anal pore. It is useful to remove the waste materials. But this oral groove is useful to take the food materials. Come to the next page, page number 13. What in about this? This is Cuscuta. Here there is a chance to see some white color or yellow colored spring-like structures over these plants. These are called Cuscuta. This cuscuta is acts as like a parasitic plant. It develops haustoria. These haustorias are useful to take the water and minerals and also food materials from the host plants. Sometimes it kills the host plant also. Okay, come to the next one. This is the human digestive system diagram. This is mouth. Next, this is pharynx. Next, what do you know about this? This is esophagus. What do you know about this? This is stomach. This is liver. This is larger intestine. This is smaller intestine. Next, this is rectum. Next, this is anus. So this is about the human digestive system. Already we have drawn the human digestive system in our previous classes. Come to the next page. Salivary glands, figure 12, buccal cavity. Okay, if we open the mouth, there is a chance to see one cavity. That cavity is called buccal cavity. In that cavity, salivary glands are there. Already in our earlier classes, I have told you about salivary glands. How many pairs of salivary glands are there? 3 pairs: parotid, maxillary, and submaxillary. Parotid glands are presented in the palate. So this area is called palate. So in this area, there is a chance to see parotid glands. What do you know about these 2 pairs of glands? These 2 pairs of glands are maxillary and submaxillary. Maxillary and submaxillary glands are located at the below to tongue on both sides. Next, what do you know about this activity? Peristaltic movements of esophagus. When we swallow the food materials or bolus, it moves through the esophagus. During the passage of food through esophagus, it moves like a wave. This wave is called peristaltic wave. This peristaltic wave is useful to send the food materials into stomach, and then stomach shows peristaltic movements. These peristaltic movements is useful to send the food materials into smaller intestine, and then smaller intestine shows peristaltic movements. Because of peristaltic movements of smaller intestine, food materials will enter into larger intestine. Larger intestine also shows peristaltic movements. Because of peristaltic movements of larger intestine, food materials will come out from the anus. Okay. Next, observe this enzyme chart. Already we have discussed this enzyme chart in our previous classes. Ptyalin enzyme is secreted by salivary glands. Where they are located? In our mouth, buccal cavity. Pepsin secreted by stomach. Bile juice, it doesn't contains no enzymes. Very important this one. Next, it is secreted by liver into duodenum. Next, amylase, trypsin, lipase. These 3 are secreted by pancreas, secreted into duodenum. Amylase for carbohydrates digestion, trypsin for proteins digestion, lipase for fats digestion. Next, peptidase, sucrase. Both are secreted by intestinal glands, means intestine. Both are secreted into smaller intestine. These juices are called intestinal juices. Here peptidase is useful for peptides digestion. Sucrase is useful for sucrose. Sucrose means sugar digestion. Come to the next page. This is flow chart of human digestive system. First we will take the food materials into our mouth. Mouth to food materials will enters into buccal cavity and then enters into pharynx, pharynx to esophagus, then mouth to duodenum. Duodenum means smaller intestine starting part. This smaller intestine starting part, one side it is attached to liver, another side it is attached to pancreas. Next, this is smaller intestine, remaining part. Next, larger intestine, smaller intestine attached to larger intestine. Larger intestine contains rectum. Rectum is useful for storage of waste materials. Finally, rectum will connected to anus. Finally, through anus, waste materials or defecating substance will leave the animal body. This is flowchart of human digestive system. Very important for 2 marks. So many times he gave us. Come to the next page. Next page. This is page number 18. Malnutrition diseases. Malnutrition types he gave us. How many types are there? 3 types: calorie malnutrition, protein malnutrition, next protein calorie malnutrition. So 3 types of malnutritions are there. Here see first one, figure 14, kwashiorkor disease. So kwashiorkor disease is mainly caused by the protein deficiency. What are the symptoms of this disease? See the symptoms of this disease: very poor muscle development, fluffy face, difficult to eat, diarrhea, dry skin. So these are the symptoms of this disease, kwashiorkor disease. Next, marasmus disease. Observe the figure 15, marasmus disease. This marasmus disease is mainly caused because of the immediate second pregnancy to the mother. It is caused by the deficiency of both proteins and calories. Here also weak and lean, next to swelling in joints of limbs, less development of muscles, diarrhea, like some symptoms we can see. What do you know about this? Figure 16, obesity. Because of the consumption of high calorific food materials for a long time, we will get obesity. It's a big health hazard. We will get so many diseases, diabetes, heart problems, like so many diseases we will get. Observe the figure 17. Figure 17, pellagra. It is mainly caused by the deficiency of niacin. Niacin vitamin causes pellagra disease. Because of pellagra disease, we will get some rashes on our body. This is called pellagra disease. Come to the next one. Page number 19. In page number 19, vitamins table he gave us water soluble vitamins. Next, fat soluble vitamins. 2 types are there. What are water soluble vitamins? Already we have discussed. Vitamin B, B complex and C. These are water soluble vitamins. Observe thiamine. This is water soluble vitamin. It causes beriberi disease. B2, riboflavin. It causes glossitis. B3, niacin. It causes which disease? Pellagra. B6, pyridoxine. It causes which disease? Anemia. These are very important. Next, cyanocobalamin, vitamin B12. It causes which disease? Pernicious anemia. Folic acid B9. It causes anemia. Pantothenic acid B5. It causes burning feet syndrome or disease. Next, B7, biotin. It causes nerve disorders. Nerve disorders means nerve problems. Next, ascorbic acid. It causes scurvy. So water soluble vitamins are completed. Now we are going to observe fat soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E, K. These are fat soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, retinol. It causes eye skin diseases. Because of lack of retinol, we will get eye skin diseases. Next, calciferol. Lack of calciferol causes rickets. Tocopherol. Lack of tocopherol gets fertility disorders in humans. Next, phylloquinone. Lack of phylloquinone gets blood clotting disorders. Blood will not be coagulated. Okay, children, now all of you open page number 22. In page number 22, there is a chance to see 29th question. Rahim prepared a model. Rahim prepared a model showing the passage of food through different parts of the alimentary canal. Observe this and label the parts. Okay, so this is a model of human digestive system. We need to observe it and we need to label the parts. What do you know about this? This is mouth. Let us imagine this is mouth. Mouth is attached to a tube like structure. That tube is called esophagus. This part is esophagus. Next, what do you know about this? This is stomach. Stomach is attached to smaller intestine. In between stomach and smaller intestine, there is a chance to see liver, and another one is pancreas. One is liver, next one is pancreas. Next, this is smaller intestine. Smaller intestine attached to larger intestine. What do you know about this part? This is rectum, and this final one is anus. This is mouth, this is anus. What do you know about alimentary canal or gut? A long tube which extends from mouth to the anus is called alimentary canal or gut. Now all of you come to page number 23. In that page number 23, fill in the blanks are there. Now we are going to fill those blanks. The food synthesized by the plants is stored as which materials? Starch or carbohydrates, you may write. Next, dash are the sites of photosynthesis. Leaves are the sites of photosynthesis. Next, 3. Pancreatic juices contains enzymes carrying the process of digestion of carbohydrates and vitamins. So pancreatic juices are useful for the digestion of carbohydrates and also at the same time vitamins digestion. Next, fourth one, the finger-like projections which increases the surface area of small intestine called villi. Villi. Next, villi are useful to increase the surface area of small intestine. Next, fifth one, the gastric juice contains which acid? HCl, hydrochloric acid, can be seen in our stomach. Next, B12 vitamin is synthesized by the bacteria present in the intestine. Equally named one bacteria will be presented in our intestine. It manufactures B12 vitamin. Next, choose the correct answers. Seventh one, which of the following plant take food by parasitic nutrition? He gave us options. Yeast, it's not a plant. Mushroom, it's not a plant. Cuscuta, leeches. Leeches also not a plant. Cuscuta, we have discussed about cuscuta. Next, the rate of photosynthesis is not affected by A. Light intensity. Next, B. Humidity, temperature. C. D. Carbon dioxide concentration. The rate of photosynthesis is never affected by humidity. Next, ninth one. A plant is kept in dark cupboard about 48 hours. 48 hours means how many days? 2 days before conducting any experiments on photosynthesis in order to. Why do we keep the plant 48 hours in a dark room? Option A. Remove chlorophyll from leaves. Remove carbon dioxide from leaves. C. Ensure that no photosynthesis is occurred. Next, D. Ensure that leaves are free from the starch. To ensure that leaves are free from the starch, we should keep the plant in a dark room for 48 hours. Next, 10th one. The digestive juice without enzyme is which juice? Bile juice, gastric juice, pancreatic juice, saliva. Which juice? Bile juice. Bile juice doesn't contains any enzymes in it. It is secreted by the liver. In single-celled animals, means in unicellular animals, the food is taken by A. By the entire body surface. B. Mouth. Next, C. Teeth. D. Vacuoles. So by the body surface. Example, amoeba. Okay. Next, 12th. Which part of the plant takes in carbon dioxide from the air for photosynthesis? Which part takes carbon dioxide? A. Root hair. No. B. Stomata. It is the correct. C. Leaf veins. D. sepals. So out of these all options, stomata is correct. So stomata takes carbon dioxide from atmosphere to prepare food materials in the photosynthesis. So with this total chapter 1 textbook important points and activities all are completed. Tomorrow means in our next class onwards we will discuss chapter 2. Okay children, all the best. Thank you. Before leaving this session, one more time I am going to recall you. Please try to complete HW, means your assignment, as soon as possible. Don't try to neglect assignment. Okay, thank you.